Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, I've seen a lot of those cheap folding e-bikes out there that look like they'll save you a few bucks up front, but end up feeling flimsy after a week of real use. They wobble on bumps, the battery dies halfway through your ride, and the brakes? Forget about it. So today I'm checking out the Jasion X Hunter ST 20-inch electric bike. It's got a 1,400 watt peak motor, a 624Wh battery that's actually UL 2849 certified, and it folds down in seconds. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the motor is seriously impressive. I took this thing up a pretty steep hill near my place, and it didn't even break a sweat. The 1,400 watt peak power means you get instant acceleration without that sluggish feeling you get from weaker motors. I was cruising at around 25 miles per hour on flat ground, and it still had plenty of oomph left for hills. That's the kind of performance you'd expect from a bike that costs way more, but Jasion's managed to keep the price reasonable. Now, the battery life is where this bike really shines. I did a full test ride with a full charge, and I easily got 45 miles on the highest pedal assist setting. That's not some exaggerated marketing number either. I tracked it with my phone and a bike computer just to be sure. If you're using a lower assist level or mostly cruising, you could stretch that to 60 or even 70 miles. That's the kind of range that lets you take this bike on day trips without worrying about running out of juice halfway through. The fat tires and suspension make a huge difference in comfort. I rode this on some rough trails with potholes and gravel, and the 4-inch wide tires plus the front suspension fork soaked up all the bumps. It's way smoother than any standard e-bike tire I've tried, and the hydraulic disc brakes give you solid stopping power even when it's wet. I tested them after a light rain, and I came to a complete stop in just a few feet without any skidding. That's peace of mind you don't get with mechanical brakes. Folding it up is stupid easy. I've owned bikes that claim to fold but require contortionist skills to actually do it. The X Hunter ST has a quick release latch on the frame, and within about 15 seconds it's folded down to roughly the size of a large suitcase. I've carried it upstairs, stuffed it in the back of my car, and even taken it on a train without any hassle. If you're tight on storage space or need to transport it often, this is a game changer. Assembly was straightforward too. The bike comes mostly pre-assembled, and the only tools you really need are a hex wrench and maybe a screwdriver for the pedals and handlebars. I had it put together in under 20 minutes, and the instructions were clear enough that I didn't need to look anything up. That's a nice change from some bikes that arrive with cryptic diagrams and missing parts. One thing I really appreciate is the build quality. A lot of budget e-bikes feel like they're made of thin aluminum or plastic, but the X Hunter ST has a solid frame that doesn't creak or flex when you're pedaling hard. The welds look clean, the paint job is even, and the components feel like they're built to last. It's not the lightest bike out there, it weighs about 68 pounds, but that extra weight actually adds to the stability, especially when you're going fast or carrying some cargo. Now, it's not perfect. The only real downside I can think of is the weight. At 68 pounds, it's not something you're going to carry around all day. If you're lifting it into a trunk or up a flight of stairs frequently, it might get tiring. Also, while the suspension is great for comfort, it does add a bit of bounce when you're pedaling hard on smooth pavement. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to be aware of if you're mostly riding on city streets. Overall, this bike punches way above its price tag. It's got the power, range, and build quality of bikes that cost twice as much, and the folding feature makes it practical for everyday use. If you're looking for an e-bike that can handle commuting, light trails, and even some weekend adventures without breaking the bank, this is a solid choice. So if you're curious, check out the link below. It's the Jasion X Hunter ST, and it's one of the best values in the folding e-bike market right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.